Hey, welcome back to Rust Order Garage, and I'm not working on the 71 Nova right now because 56 truck needs new mufflers. If you saw my short, I was driving home from a car show last week and things got loud. So those of you who followed the build on this knew I threw a used exhaust on here that had been sitting for who knows how many years, and the mufflers are not good. So yeah, that blew out pretty bad. You know, but if you remember, there was a whole lot of surface rust on this exhaust and actually had it sitting for many years. So we'll change the mufflers. The pipes are all still 100% solid, no issues there, but you know, water condensation sits in these mufflers and rot them out. I'm sure this one's not far behind. So I put out there on what should I buy? I asked everybody's opinion. Lots of opinions. So, whole lot of opinions on what mufflers to buy. Some mufflers I had never even heard of the brand. But is there really any new muffler technology out there? Because I don't think so. I think like the Flowmaster has enough knockoffs under different names. And what do? Change maybe one direction of one baffler or something? I don't think they're any different than the stuff we had for 50 years. I mean, what did I buy? Well, I'll tell you what I was going to use. I have a set of used, of course, Thrush straight through welded mufflers, and they would have fit right on here. I had them on my 51 F1 for a little while. They're a little loud, but I considered it. But I'm actually going to save those, I think, for the Nova. I think that'll be better with the cam. You hear it a little bit more. So for this is a stock engine. I want to do and have been doing a lot of just cruising with it, including highway. So I went back to the old standby. The Super Turbo muffler. Yeah. Which are now Dynomax and probably, I think, used to be Walkers and probably used to be Thrush. You know, there's not a whole lot of difference in these mufflers. I'm sure it has 3 tubes in it and fiberglass packing in it, just like they have since probably the 1960s. Yeah, look, there's a picture, see? Yep, just what I thought. So they won't be excessively loud. They will get a little louder over time as that fiberglass gets blown away or consumed, even though they say it doesn't burn out. It goes away, but it takes a while. So that's going to go on the truck. So let's get started on that. It's not going to be easy as I would like because, like I said, this is a used exhaust. Somebody welded the mufflers onto the pipes, which I don't do. The reason I don't like welding mufflers is because what I'm going to have to go through here to replace them. And I know, you install mufflers are supposed to be forever? Well, I like to change them. I went through 3 different sets on my Ford F1 until I found something I liked. So I prefer these stepped band clamps. So you can put the muffler on the pipes, clamp them down with this, use some anti-seize on the inside of the muffler where it goes over the pipes, and they will be removable with not much problem at all. The only thing with it is you got to have the pipes supported on both ends of the muffler because these clamps will not keep things from rotating. So you want stuff to be secure. If you were going to use these and you thought the muffler might rotate, then you probably want to put a couple tack welds on it just to hold it so it can't. But I don't think I'll have to do that in this situation. It's going to take me more time to get the old ones off than to put the new ones on for sure. So, will I get it done today? Probably not because it's late. But let's see what we got. All right, so what I have here is obviously a junk muffler, but I've got it. I think I put a couple tack welds on it because it was clamped. And I took the ugly old clamps off and they were this kind of clamp, which I only use, the U-bolt clamp, I only use for hangers. I would never use that to clamp pipes together because it destroys the pipe. But since these mufflers are already destroyed anyway, and these are fully welded on this side, I want to try to save as much of the pipe as I can. In fact, all of it if I can. So what I'm going to end up doing is cutting the mufflers off way back here and just cutting it out and then cutting a slot in this or something and getting this peeled off, because I want to save all the tailpipe and all of this pipe. And look at the water coming out of here. Yay. You should put the light in there and see how bad it is. And you can see just how bad these things were rotted out. Lots and lots of rust in there. I've had it happen before with old flowmasters, so you think I'd learn my lesson by now. All right. My favorite tool. If I play music in this part of the video, it's because this microphone makes this saw sound horrible. All right, that's one. The ugly one. All right, I'm just going to do some boring cutting and see if I can clean up these pipes enough to reuse them. I think I can. Hope I can. Yeah, I cut a slice in this piece of pipe, and now I'm just kind of peeling it back, peeling it away in sections to try to save the pipe. This is just a scratch, no big deal. There's a tack weld up here I'm gonna have to cut off a little bit, get the camera out of the way. I don't like spraying sparks on it. All right, out with the old. In with the new. All set. Nothing left to do now but fire it up. See what it sounds like. All right. Got the microphone turned off because the microphone sounds horrible with engines or cut off wheels. I haven't heard it run yet, so this will be a first. I just hope it's not too quiet. Not too bad. It's quieter than it was. I think as the fiberglass blows out, it'll get louder. It's actually a good muffler. If you get a street car, it's very good. It is pretty mellow though. So I don't know about these mufflers. I came home after work today after I looked at the previous video and realized I didn't get a real good sound. I tried again. I still didn't get a real good sound because they're actually pretty quiet. They sound good. I mean, they've got a little rumble to them, and really the mechanical fan on that thing is so loud. It's louder than the mufflers, at least when you rev it up, when you free rev it. I don't know what it's going to be like on the highway, but I imagine it'll be pretty good for long distance driving, but I don't know. There's a reason I put those on with those band clamps. We may be trying something else. All right, that'll be it for this one. I'm sure I'll get used to the mufflers. They're good street mufflers. It's not bad. It's a little quieter than I thought it would be, I think. I don't know. I think I'm just used to louder mufflers, but my opinion, excellent for a driver. And I'll probably appreciate it a lot more when I'm cruising the highway and there's no drone and it's just mellow. Good enough. Better than a blown apart Flowmaster. All right, that's enough. I will see you on the next one, where we will continue with the Nova project and get the cam swap done in the 6-liter and get that moving along. See ya.